Welcome back to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. Play Soul Calibur 4 on Xbox 360. Now that we're all warmed up and just getting our paws wet on the controllers in this fighting game of Souls and Swords, we're going to be taking our cameo character Yoda and trying our hand at the arcade ladder.
So the two different forms of Yoda are specifically just a different robes form, right?
Yes, Yoda is a really weird character when it comes to Soul Calibur characters. For one thing, you may notice, is that he's not very tall. He was not very tall in Star Wars either. That was part of what made him cool, is because he was originally piloted by a puppet. In Soul Calibur 4, some of your enemies' attacks will be totally invalid because they will simply miss Yoda if they attack too high.
Yeah, most of your enemies' horizontal slashes specifically just go directly over Yoda's head. Xinghua is quite notorious for this. Although I'm not entirely sure if Siegfried specifically is, because his version of the Claymore/Soul Edge does actually have a much wider hitbox on it than other weapons.
Right, as long as he's not like doing a roundhouse kick upwards.
Right, because his kicks are actually really high up.
So in addition to Yoda's size forcing your opponent to play a certain way, making Yoda easily your least favorite opponent to go up against in multiplayer mode, Yoda also has...
I disagree with that, to be perfectly honest. I would love to play a Yoda versus Siegfried because Siegfried, maybe not so much in Soul Calibur 4, but the vertical attacks that Siegfried gets access to do absurdly large amounts of damage and actually give you a lot of stun state. So Yoda actually has to play very defensively against enemies like Siegfried and Astaroth in order to stay alive.
Yoda has a lot more freedom as to what he can do when he's going up against other opponents. Arcade mode, also in addition to multiplayer mode, will probably be Yoda's most compatible mode because although you have character creation in Soul Calibur 4, you cannot improve Yoda's stats by going to character creation.
Well, yeah, because, this isn't an RPG. This is, an action fighting game.
Right, but like in RPG, character creation in Soul Calibur 4 lets you improve characters by changing attack stats, defense stats, HP. You can give them special skills. See, these things will apply to multiplayer mode, Tower of Lost Souls, as well.
But specifically for your created characters, not for the bases. Hey, Maxie.
So you can take base characters and give them all the fancy swag that you can unlock along the way with purchases, with the gold that you start with, and then gold that you get as rewards.
All right, so is Maxie as famously broken in Soul Calibur 4 as he is technically in 2?
Maxie is freaking powerful as hell, man, because he's not only is he a really fast character, he is the master of quick succession combo attacks.
I mean, we're this particular arcade match, he's actually using a lot of his heavier attacks, but yeah, Maxie honestly lives off of him being so much faster than everyone else. It's the same reason why Taki is so powerful usually.
Speed wins in this game, believe me. Oh yeah. You want to figure out quickly who are the fast characters. You also want to figure out quickly who are the longest reach characters.
Which is Siegfried.
Siegfried is one of them. Keelik and Zasalamo also are great candidates for longest reach.
You see, I always pronounce his name as Zasamel.
That would be a mispronunciation because you're missing a syllable.
Oh, okay.
See, I have a ring out opportunity right here. All I have to do is just draw Maxie to the edge.
But you need to do a reverse throw, or he can just jump at you.
Or he could just send himself into the drink. Because ring out doesn't matter if you got knocked out or if you knocked yourself out. You just earned a KO on yourself.
You're doing a lot of the eight-way movement options for Yoda. Are you just trying to set up the ring outs?
I am just trying to set up the ring out at this point. Notice the timer is a little higher than it should be, seeing how this is only the second opponent. Maxie took me a lot of retries. You will find yourself retrying quite a bit if you're new at this game. It's okay to retry. It's okay to get the you lose screen, as long as you learn something along the way. Because 20 hours later, I am way better at this game than when I first started.
So does score actually translate into additional gold?
No.
Okay.
It's just a leaderboard metric. A leaderboard, which, by the way, we do not have access to because we do not have Xbox Live on this console.
In her unrelenting pursuit of justice.
Learn the way of the Force.
Ivy's not going to be force sensitive, Master Yoda.
Battle 1. Fight.
Okay, so how tricky is Ivy? Because I know for certain that she still actually has her chain sword. So,
I mean, in my opinion, Ivy is one of the, like, not so good characters in this game. She's a little on the slow side.
although Ivy is definitely slow, she actually we were talking about reach characters, but Ivy played effectively actually does have the longest reach in the game, and she can punish you from getting up close very easily. At least she could in Soul Calibur 2. Yes, she's slow, but she's usually only slow while she's actually in her normal stance. If she's actually got the chain sword out, then you are likely going to take a lot of chip damage from it.
Okay, that was a nice little low kick right there, running in. Because you get different attacks whether you're in motion, you're backstepping, you're doing a Z dodge either up or down. Learn your attacks. Vary your attack style. That's how you open up your opponent to surprise.
She fainted her unblockable, Mr. Cloud.
I'm gonna keep on hitting you low. In a low.
Final battle. Fight.
So, you might be wondering, what was that level up that we got there? That Yoda is now style level 3. Oh,
I mean, I'm kind of wondering it, but not as much as I'm supposed to.
Well, Ivy was just in Soul Crush for a solid 5 seconds. In this game, the style level refers specifically to your ability to improve your character in character creation. The higher your level, the more effective the skills you have access to. The more effective the skills you have, the more powerful your character.
Ivy is not powerless, Master Yoda. I mean, she's one of the few characters that gets Soul Edge and doesn't get corrupted by it, so...
Right. But no, 0 points for Soul Crush. You had a chance, Yoda.
Yeah, you didn't actually engage in a Soul Crush, so... Hey, Astaroth.
I freaking love Astaroth. However, I liked Astaroth's Soul Calibur 2 voice more than this guy. This guy sounds like...
I will smash you to pieces.
This guy
He is a very famous voice actor, but now that he actually has real words, his intimidation is less.
Right.
But Soul Calibur 2 Astaroth is honestly just a shitload of growls and intimidating, throat noises. Whereas now that he has words, he is less intimidating.
Yeah, he sounds more like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Yeah.
Exterminate. Yeah.
Like a big raccoon.
So Yoda is the pest and Astaroth is the big blue bug.
I noticed that you're not actually using your ground punishes. Does Yoda not have them?
Oh, he's got that. That's a ground punish.
Yeah.
You're on the ground. I'm gonna land on you. You're wide open and in the middle of an attack because you're big, slow, and unwieldy. I'm going to pierce through you with my lightsaber of justice.
Speaking of the lightsaber, it's rather short range in general. Yoda's primary range bonuses is just how fast he ends up moving around the arena. So, would you qualify Yoda as a short range character or a mid range character?
I would say mid range.
Okay.
Yeah, that lightsaber does have some real limitations on it because of the length of the sword.
Astaroth is kicking your butt, Mr. Pastcloud.
You might want to try guarding a little more often, because that's
Not against Astaroth, to be perfectly honest. You want to be interrupting all of his heavier attacks as much as you can.
Precisely, because Astaroth is big and slow. You beat slow characters with speed. The longer it takes for you to end your attack animation, the less chance you have of successfully guarding or deflecting an attack.
Alright, and in the next episode, we'll continue on with Yoda's arcade mode.
Will Yoda rise to the top?
My ally is the Force.
Are you sure your ally isn't just that cane, Mr. Yoda?
Where did it even come from?
Oh, he keeps it in his back pocket while he's not fighting. Be safe, everybody.